Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back on the dance floor, the Unlaced podcast. Just want to give a quick shout out to last week's episode, Marco Tilio and Scott Galloway. Wishing those boys all the best for the season with Melbourne City. Tills has got a big year ahead of him. The World Cup could be in the squad for Qatar, so super excited for him. If you haven't checked out that episode, please do head back and check it. And again, if you're new here, please do just give us a like and subscribe. It's how we grow. And for those that come back, you know I absolutely love you. Now, this is a big episode, right? Because I obviously love talking football, and the last sort of few years since we've started, I've tried to really branch out across a lot of topics, and I thought, well, who can I talk football with and really go deep and talk some absolute smack on? And I came across a podcast, the GalacticOz podcast. Now, these guys are going to be one of the number one football podcasts in the country. So I'm glad to introduce Huss and Azam. Welcome to the show, man. Huss, you've been known as the truth.
That's what the streets call me. Right?
Yeah, the streets. What does that mean in football terms? So whatever you say is correct. Is that right?
Something like that. It's gospel.
Oh, right. Okay.
I like he gave himself the nickname.
Yeah.
Okay. I give it to myself. Man.
You gave it to yourself?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, before we go into obviously the football topics we want to talk about, can you tell us a little bit about your podcast, the platform, and how it came around?
Yeah. So basically, how the whole thing came about is that first of all, I was on YouTube for like a good 7 years beforehand. I started off like at uni, first day of uni, the lecturer came in. I was like, start a YouTube channel. Doesn't matter what you create, just create some content. The first thing I immediately thought was like football content, definitely. So I started doing like football edits, you know, the usual Neymar versus Messi, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. Did that for like 6 years. And maybe it was up until like 2018 when I started working and that kind of thing. I started like, you know, I didn't start up, like I wasn't uploading as much.
Yeah.
So yeah, people were sending me clips to say like, upload this and we'll give us a shout out, and then, you know, paid promotions, that kind of thing. And even some people started saying upload documentaries, which I started doing, but the copyright issues came about.
Right.
So
Great, I can understand that.
Yeah,
That's not out of my language, but you've got over 100K subscribers on your YouTube, right? So this isn't a small time thing.
No,
like this is, you're getting genuine, like getting subscribers and that volume on YouTube these days is really hard.
Yeah, it was built up to like 6 or 7 years. So it took a long time. But once it did, I was like this, I had to take this seriously. Like you said, 100,000 subs, like it'll be a big waste if you, just waste that opportunity. So I spoke to Hassanin here, like maybe like 2018 it was, beginning of 2018, about, you know, starting a show, like a podcast. Because like every time we do a family gathering and whatnot, the only thing we talk about is football.
Start hit record, man.
Exactly,
I love that mindset.
Yeah. And it's look, we immediately thought like we're sitting on gold here. So and I'll be honest with you, we didn't do any like, and you know this, we didn't do any like production or anything like that, like until a week before the first episode came out. So we literally recorded, but we knew it was going to work like immediately.
Because it's what? Is it? So are you guys all family or like?
We're cousins.
We're cousins.
Oh, right. Okay.
Our mums are sisters.
So you already have the the chemistry and the vibe and stuff.
Exactly.
So it's just right.
And the rest of the show panel, they're all cousins.
All other brothers or cousins, first cousins.
So it's like literally a family dinner on record.
It's a family football podcast.
Yeah, because when people watch these podcasts, like it's man, sometimes man, like you guys are just like screaming opinions at each other and like telling each other off.
Sometimes, you reckon?
Yeah, but it's the best part about the show, in my opinion. That's what made, like, even Braden, he checked it out. He's like, man, that was just like,
it's here.
It's like intense, man.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about, man. It's like, it's a show where it's literally just a raw football opinionated show.
Right.
You know, we've got the delusional, we've got the cutthroat, we've got the passionate football fan, we've got the one who sits back and like looks at the bigger picture. But there was one thing that I was a bit unsure of, which was to bring a host in at the time.
Right.
And I was like, should I like, you know, try to find someone who can, like, you know, like make sure the show goes well. But thank God I didn't go with that, because once we just made it all family, it's the chemistry, you could see it on
I didn't
screen.
know it was all family. That makes it even better, man.
Yeah.
It gives me more understanding of why it is the way it is then, because that's how families interact.
Exactly. You can be rude, you can tell them shut up. You can,
I was like, man, these guys are legit, man. They're just going at each other's throat. Now it makes sense, your family. Yeah. That's what you say. So one of the things as well about the show, and this is what's quite funny and elements of the truth here, is the characters you guys have created.
Yeah.
So give me the perspective on that, because I really like that. I like having a persona around people, especially with podcasts. I think it makes it more interesting. So whose idea was that, and what sort of characters do you guys have?
This is no one's idea. This is people just coming in with their opinion. That's the thing.
He's called himself the truth.
Exactly. Whatever you see on screen, by the way, this, like, we can legitimately say it's not an act.
Oh, like, my God.
Like this is how we just got the cameras rolling pretty much on what was always happening, man. I mean, we joke about we could have started this years ago. We always
It really could have started like maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and it would have been exactly the same.
Wow.
But like you speak about becoming the number one podcast in Australia, it is right now the number one football podcast on YouTube.
Wow,
Because
that's
of the numbers.
amazing, bro.
Yeah,
That's amazing. So you guys on audio platforms, or are you just putting on YouTube as well?
We're on all the audio platforms, Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcast, everywhere. But it's pretty much
exciting.
The biggest platform right now is YouTube, obviously, because of the whole 6 years thing. But yeah, man, hopefully we can start competing with some of the UK podcasts out there as well.
Definitely, man. Do you think like with the market, obviously, because Australia is a smaller country and there's so many sports.
That's a big issue. Isn't it?
Is it challenging? Because I know what I love about you guys, because for me, I'm close to the A-League. I played in it and stuff, but watching the Premier League and Champions League, like as a kid, was always what I like associated my dreams with.
Yeah,
so
of course.
I've always been focused and lasered on European football and international football, which is predominantly what you guys talk about as well.
Yeah.
Do you find that challenging in the Australian market? Because
Of course, especially compared to the Filthy Fellas podcast and all the other podcasts. Their platform.
Yeah.
We're like disadvantaged in a way, you know what I mean? Because like but like it's good, like in a way, like, you know, like we love the European game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're not as close, and we're not exactly football masters. No.
But that's the best part.
We're not exactly football masterminds, you know what I mean?
People come, we always tell this to people: don't come on the show to get football knowledge. Don't do that.
Knowledge is not our thing.
You own it like that.
No, knowledge is not our thing.
Just may not be right. It's just what we feel.
It's strictly opinionated, you know what I mean?
That's golden. That's golden. So what's the plan with that? You guys releasing weekly episodes? It's like, are you getting guests, or are you just strictly family talking about the new hot content in football?
We're hoping to get guests.
Yeah,
that's really what we want to do, man.
Okay.
Like we're trying to sort of change it up. You know what
Awesome.
I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting into it right now. So like the part is, what are we right now? 25 episodes. And the word is spreading. It's spreading quick as well.
Weekly eps as well?
Yeah, weekly episodes.
Oh, wow. So you guys have been doing it for like 6 months?
Yeah, something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
One episode every Friday. We've made contact with a lot of other content creators, especially in the UK. So far we've collaborated with the biggest football podcast, football platform in the UK, Football Daily. You've pretty much
I've heard of that. Yeah.
We just had Zach last week, Zach Jalab from Football Daily. We also had Sugar Sean. We're going to have the biggest football channel from South Africa as well on the show. What? Yeah, it's going to happen soon.
It's a big football channel in South Africa?
It's pretty big. 300,000 subs. Can you believe that? That's right.
I love it. He doesn't know.
No,
He's like the star of the show, bro. Just I'll turn up. You tell me where to be and when, and I'll be there, bro.
That's what I am. I just come and fit.
You have no idea the bullshit that we deal with.
Oh, man. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, man. We're working on getting a few big personalities on the show. Hopefully, we're going to get our first professional footballer before the end of the year. Maybe Craig Foster.
Oh, awesome, bro. Oh, yeah. Well, he does a lot with the communities.
He loves refugees.
Let's just say how it is, man.
Yeah, we're going
to play that card.
Yeah, we'll play that card though to get him on. I would play that too. Hey, Craig, man.
Why not?
Yeah, well, it's inspiring to be fair, the work he's done. So shout out Craig Foster for that. But I want to just start talking a little bit of football. Like, what for you guys? What sort of drew you to football? Was it a player? Was it a club? A competition? What was it for? Like for me, for example, was Zinedine Zidane and Ronaldinho.
Yeah,
I just wanted to be them.
Like, I'll answer a question, then I want to talk about you guys and what you're. I want to get. I don't know what your story is. Like, what's your story, man?
Yeah. I'm just a.
I just found out yesterday.
Like, what's your story? Like, who are you, bro?
As well, right?
Yeah.
You're ex-pro player.
You guys come prepared next time. What is this? Just I've got to come prepared. The truth, bro. You come prepared on my show, bro.
Like, I watched some of you. Like, I'm thinking, how is guy getting so many good guests?
That's what I'm thinking as well.
Well, to be fair, it's a bit of luck, man. Like with other sports, but I played professional soccer for like 4 years in the A-League.
Like Jake Brimmer.
Yeah,
I watched him play. Like, he's a good player, by the way.
He's quality.
He's a good player, man.
He should be going to the World Cup, in my opinion. Or at least in the squad, like framework.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He's not even in the camps.
We're going to get into that. Don't worry about that.
Oh yeah, man. I'll tell you. Do you know what I loved about him as well? I said, bro, World Cup. He's like, yeah, I want to go. That's my goal. And I was like, I love that.
Yeah.
Like,
so what's your story? So what's your background? Like,
I played like pretty high level soccer here in the country for my whole teenage years. So I used to play for the young
from Melbourne? Are you from here?
Yeah, I grew up in Melbourne.
All right.
I left home young. I moved at 14. Do you know the AIS?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I moved there at 14.
Sport, right?
Moved there at 14, was there for 3 years. Then I signed for Gold Coast when they had a club in the A-League.
Yep.
And that was there my first year of a 2-year contract. At the end of the first year, the club finished.
Okay.
And then I signed and played for Adelaide for 3 years.
Nice.
And then I kind of just had a bit of bad luck, man. Like I ended up kind of giving up, if I'm honest, but I had a bit of bad luck with like injuries? Constantly injured. Yeah, like my hip still now.
Oh.
Like I couldn't get in and out of the car. I couldn't get out of bed and stuff some days.
Bad injury, man.
Yeah, it was bad, bro. Real bad. So that kind of fucked with my head.
Was that like a wear and tear injury, or was that like an
I
coincident, like
Well,
something happened.
I didn't know for years until like 2 years ago. I stopped playing like 5-6 years ago. I found out I have arthritis.
Jesus.
So I used to get like random inflammations like in my feet and stuff.
Oh.
You're pretty young, yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 29 now.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've retired. Man, made my senior debut in the NPL here at 14.
Okay.
So by 21,
So you were like a prodigy?
I felt like shot. Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
essentially.
Wonder kid. That's what
Yeah, golden boys are the called.
Golden
So that's what I did, man. So then I've got a lot of ties with the A-League like
players.
But then also when you live in Melbourne, like AFL, all these other sports are like
They dominate, man.
Yeah,
Especially footy.
it's like you become friends with everyone. So by that, I sort of branched out to more sports.
Okay. So you talk because you were telling me about a boxer there, Jake. What's his name? The boxer. What's his name?
Jay Somalia?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. That's released. Yeah, releasing. Yeah, just released.
Yeah. I was looking forward to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I just released.
Because I went online yesterday just to find it. Couldn't find it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's released now. Yeah.
Yeah, all
in,
right.
in short. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man. We're prepared here at the Unlaced Podcast. We did
Yeah,
our, we did
clearly.
our shows before.
Yeah.
But no, so that's my background. And that's why I love football, man. Like I probably wanted to go higher than what I did, but like injuries. Then I got to a point 22. I just didn't want to play anymore. So I stopped.
22, dude?
21 actually, but yeah, I played a year here at 22, and then that was it.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That's
man.
early, man.
Yeah, I was young, bro.
You think you peaked too young?
Nah, I just gave up, man.
Okay, you got enough.
No,
yeah?
well, I just had a lot of injuries, and
Yeah.
like I was so used to being the best that
Yeah.
when I couldn't play and I couldn't get
Compete.
like at professional level, man. I went to Adelaide, and we had in my position we had Dario Vidicic, who was a Socceroo.
Okay.
Marcelo Carrusco, who played at the Argentina under-20s with like Tevez and Mascherano.
Oh, jeez.
One of the best players I've ever seen. And then Isais, who played for Espanyol in La Liga. They were the midfield. So I would only play if they got injured.
Okay.
Whereas every other team, I'd be like captain or
Yep.
play every game.
Yep.
So I didn't deal with that well. Because
What position were you?
I was like a number 10, number 8.
Yeah.
Creative player.
Yeah. So that's what it is, bro.
He was like a hood legend.
Hood legend. Define what that means, bro.
Very nicely worded, though.
What? Define what a hood legend is, man. Depends what we're talking about.
In our areas, he's like known as a great player.
Oh,
But-
really?
And the career ended right here, this spark right here.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
I swear
What,
to
one
God,
tackle?
ACL injury right here, bro.
Oh, bro. So you guys grew up in the flats around the corner
Yeah,
from here?
right here, man.
Man, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Great. So whereabouts in Africa? Like, where's your backgrounds from?
From Eritrea.
Eritrea.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Eritreans
Yeah,
in
there is.
Was Kamal Ibrahim? Do you know Kamal Ibrahim?
Yeah, yes.
Is he Eritrean?
I saw him play his first game.
Ted Droshabio?
Yes.
Do you know them? So I was in the VIS with them when I was 14.
Okay, yeah. I saw him play against
I'm telling you now, Kamal Ibrahim at
he had
15.
he had ability.
No, 15 was the best player in Australia.
You reckon?
No, he was.
I saw him play in 2010 agages Everton. Melbourne Hearts versus
I remember that.
Everton.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And they gave him a good run, bro. And he sort of shanked. I don't know if he's gonna.
Nah, his mindset shifted and stuff, man.
He's a good mate of his. That's why it's
No. He
But he sort of
dropped,
shanked his
dropped off
opportunities.
significantly when he got to
Yeah,
the. But
man.
when he was in the Joeys, he was the first name on the team sheet, and Joeys
Yeah.
out Australia under 17.
Yeah.
He was unbelievable, so good. Like most African refugees, when they're too good at something,
Yeah.
people are like, is he his age?
Yeah.
like that's how come up. Like everyone was like, oh, he's 27. No, bro, he was our age.
That happens a lot more with West Africans.
With Kamal, everyone was like, nah.
Yeah. But he's a little dude, like, so he's not like.
He's always been small.
Yeah.
but,
He was a winger, yeah?
Yeah, but
was
like
winger,
you
man.
just couldn't get the ball off him.
Yeah.
He was so talented, man. But yeah, so that was my background. But
Okay.
He, just on him, he probably would have made it 100% right now if he was playing right now because
The whole community thing.
and they're giving a lot of opportunities to young
I
players.
don't know. But
I swear to God, man.
the proof
You
is
see
in
all
pudding.
the South Sudanese players making
Yeah,
it.
no,
100% he would have made
there's a
it.
couple. Only we were talking about this last time. Only a couple made it, bro. I reckon the AFL's got a better success rate of getting these young Africans.
There's
Do you
more,
swear
there's more positions to fill, bro.
Okay.
come on, do your research, truth, bro.
Cool.
Yeah.
I might drop the N bomb a couple times.
We've never actually dropped that word, Brandon. That's probably one.
I'll try not to.
Do you know actually what's interesting? I'll speak about some of the Sudanese guys. The Sudanese, but they were from, I think it's Katamu, the refugee camp in Kenya.
Oh, in Kenya, yeah.
Yeah, so do you know what I learned? So I played with Abel Mabil in Adelaide.
Yeah.
When he was like 17, 18. You could see he was going to be a superstar. He was in the same refugee camp as different times as Thomas Deng.
Yeah.
And they both play for the Socceroos now.
Yeah, I know.
That's
It's
mad.
insane, bro.
But are they gonna get good game time, man?
Awa will.
Yeah.
Thomas Deng, I don't know. Centre back's a bit every.
I don't rate
It's
that.
up to grabs.
I
centre
rate
back.
that guy, man.
I don't think he's all that, man.
Tommy Deng.
He's so tidy on the ball.
Oh, I think he's good, bro.
He doesn't make mistakes.
By the way, watched him enough since he's gone to Asia.
He doesn't make mistakes. That's why I don't
This way
like.
does
He
all
doesn't make mistakes.
Yeah, and that's it.
But that's what you want.
Nah, but he doesn't bring anything. I was watching him play in the A-League final. Like he was just like
But what do you want him to bring that he's not?
if it's the 80th minute and your team's down 1-0, just go for it. Like go for it, man.
As
You know
a
what I mean?
centre back, if I'm 1-0 up, there's no way I'm taking a risk.
As a centre back, Hassanan, you need people to not make mistakes. If a centre back has a game and he doesn't make mistakes,
I
then
would
that's all
love
you
to
want
see the
from him.
team you coach, bro. Your centre back will be trying to dribble mazes through the
I
pitch.
haven't seen him have I haven't seen a moment. I haven't seen something that maybe like, oh, like that kid that came on against New Zealand, look, young Sudanese kid.
Kuol.
I've seen it already.
Yeah. Oh, you reckon?
Yeah, I've seen it already. Just that one moment he had.
Do you know what? Do you know what scares me about him is not his ability. It's
His
like
size.
No, 17, bro.
Yeah, it's a bit young. I'm not a big fan of.
No, it's just like, bro. We've done this before with Arzani. We've done this before with Kasper Tafta.
That kid was a star,
I want to talk about him, bro.
Yeah, but I think it's the expectations too young.
He
It's
was
dangerous, it's just
he
dangerous.
was the truth.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was. I still think he's an
was the
amazing
truth.
footballer.
He was the truth, like for real, man.
Do you know what it is though?
I think he would have been the best Australian footballer of all time.
He would have been better than Harry Kill, bro.
That's what
I
I think.
swear to God, I
Harry
think,
Kill for me is God.
Harry
He's
Kill was God before his body gave up on him too early. I mean,
Yeah, but Harry Kill was 17 and stayed
I
there.
remember. That's the first. Back to your original question about what made you get into football. The first football game I watched was Australia versus Iran.
97?
That meltdown.
Yeah, that was.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, that was like the story of Socceroos football for like
Of
20
course.
years, like those heartbreak
Yeah,
games.
that was the first
That's
football
why now we don't realize how lucky we are. We're fifth World Cup in a row.
Yeah, man.
And it's like, bro, 97. Like we were
Yeah,
going
but
home.
if you look at that-
2001, I was crying. Like
Yeah, but that team was pretty horrendous. When you look at it now.
the Uruguay team. The
Uruguay team was not bad.
Oh, the 97 team.
Yeah, well, maybe not all that.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember who was in that team. I just remember Kuhl. I think he scored.
He scored that goal.
Yeah,
he scored.
the right
and he was like the
footer.
boy wonder. And even at Leeds, he was great. At Liverpool, I thought he was a bit.
I think injuries though.
Yeah, injuries.
Did you know how I sum up Kuhl to tell people how good he was? He couldn't walk going into the 2005 Champions League final, and Benitez still picked him, started him. Yeah, and then he came off after 30 minutes.
Yeah, he didn't finish.
Oh,
the
no.
half.
They knew he was fucked, but he's so good. We have to put him in.
Yeah.
And hope.
Because he had the ability. I mean, Cahill probably had half the ability. He had a better career.
But that's why I probably admire Cahill more, because I'm like, I know when you're in that position to get more out of you. Like if you're so gifted, like it's really
Were
helpful.
you more gifted or were you more hard?
Well, people would say I'm more gifted,
Yeah,
but
'cause
knowing
if
me,
you were
knowing
good at
me,
14, then I'm
nah,
assuming-
bro. I used to get laughed at like as a kid for like I didn't have a left foot. Like I'd kick it and fall over. Now my left foot's better than my right.
All right.
So like in my mind, I know I worked hard at it, but to people it was talent. But no,
Okay.
I don't think so. I think I had to work hard.
Yeah?
I was more gifted at AFL and cricket, like naturally.
footy?
Yeah, I used to play that in Melbourne. You play
yeah,
those
right.
sports, so I played them more. But then when I was 12, the first state team I made was soccer, so I stuck with soccer.
All right.
And my uncle was playing, as I said, with Blackburn.
Okay.
before
What's
we
your
jumped in.
background? Like your ethnic?
My mum's from
Yeah.
my mum's from the Caribbean, but grew
Okay.
up in London.
Okay.
My dad's Aussie. My dad's white.
Okay.
Blonde
So
hair,
your
blue
mum's-
eyes.
alright.
Everyone used to think I was
Where in the
adopted.
Caribbean? Like what? Like
Barbados.
Barbados.
Yeah,
Fucking
bro.
nice, man.
Yeah, it was just
Paradise
there.
Island.
Vlogs coming soon, people. Yeah, it's fucking sick, bro. It was wild.
I thought you were Italian or something.
Bro, thank
Yeah,
you,
that's
bro.
what
My G. Hey.
Why?
I don't know, man. Just something
I
about him.
thought he might be like. I thought you remember that footy player Josh Gibbs from.
I get it. Josh Gibson's Caribbean. I think he's
Yeah,
from Caribbean.
yes, Caribbean, isn't he?
Bro. Yeah, someone called me. Someone. I walked past.
I got that vibe from him.
Shout out Elliot Loney. For those who haven't seen the Elliot Loney episode, go watch it. But I saw him running the other day past the beach, this comedian.
Yeah.
And he had his top up and he just ran past me. He's like, who's this Josh Gibson looking motherfucker?
Yes.
And looking at me and I'm
Yeah.
like laughing my head off.
So yeah, he's half Caribbean too, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know where though.
Yeah.
I didn't know the first game you watched was a Socceroo game.
What's first talking about?
How old are you?
How old do you think?
I thought you'd be around my age.
I'm 34, man. Almost
34.
33.
I was going to say 97. You to remember that, you must have been old enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the 98 World Cup was like my
Oh, was it?
introduction.
A great
like,
World Cup.
That was the first World Cup I remember.
Great
like,
World Cup.
Great World Cup, man. The hype was for it was great.
Yeah.
So I just remember the lead up, the commercials tour, everything. That's when I got into football.
This
like,
might be a good segue. Let's talk about not necessarily
for
the
it.
World Cup coming. We'll talk about that. But what do you think has been the best World Cup ever and why?
That's a good question.
I've only watched like 4. So
Yeah, well, let's go from like the
World-
90s.
The World Cup was the Africa one, 2010.
South Africa. I thought that was a good spectacle. As a
was
player, I wouldn't have
horrendous.
liked it.
I have a hot take about this.
That was a horrendous World Cup, man. Shocking. Come on.
The Jabulani was a bad ball.
It was horrible. But you're talking about the matches, right?
Everything was just trash.
No. Culture-wise,
Come on, man.
it had a lot more, bro.
It had more because the crowd jumping up and down.
The Vuvuzelas,
whole
man, remember
thing.
that?
Yeah. And
They got banned, like,
and
everywhere.
the sounds, that thing they were playing, the
Vuvuzela.
Yeah,
that thing was
Vuvuzela,
doing-
yeah.
they were doing heads in proper. And even the soccer was terrible. Do you remember the final?
Yeah, the finals.
Yeah, the final was a bad game.
Fuck, man.
But you know what? I played in down to 20 World Cup in 2011 and we used the Jabulani ball.
Yeah.
And we were playing in altitude. I don't know if South Africa has anywhere in altitude, but altitude, the air's a bit different.
Yeah, it's a bit thinner or
Man,
whatever.
I played a ball once out to the right wing, like with my
Yeah.
laces, like a normal
Yeah.
ball. And the ball just like
Yeah.
bounced and hit this guy in the neck. And he was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, but you
I don't
can't
know
play
why
those, you can't play balls like that. You have to play
What's
smart.
your take?
This is the thing, because a lot of people say that World Cup, football-wise, was terrible. But the culture and the atmosphere and everything, they rate that as one of the best.
Yeah, it
World
was
Cups
great.
ever. It's like they rate it with the Mexico World Cup. They rate it with the
Yes,
France
yes,
98
yes,
World Cup.
yes.
They rate it with that. I'm going to say about the Qatar World Cup, all the controversy, blah, blah, blah. I reckon that's going to be one of those ones that you're going to remember like this, like the South Africa World Cup, the 2018 World Cup. Do you remember anything about culture and just like the hype?
What, 2018 World Cup?
I don't remember nothing.
Nah.
2018 because
I don't remember.
Where was that, Russia?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
The football was good, but
Football,
Yeah, football was good. It wasn't bad.
The football wasn't bad. The
Yeah.
group stages were a little bit has gone, but
I agree with you with the 2010 World Cup.
it was horrendous.
It's trash.
2014 Brazil one was fantastic.
Yeah.
that was.
Yeah,
that
so
was
I
fire.
think Brazil, and I would maybe even say I really liked the Japan
Korea,
2002 Japan
that
Korea.
was my favorite one.
So but the Brazil one was the best spectacle because goals were fucking going everywhere.
Yeah, goals were going-
Colombia
and-
were
yeah,
climbing like
yes.
fuck. You couldn't keep up. Man.
couldn't keep up, but
Brazil,
yeah.
you thought we're gonna win it.
I was gonna say 02 and 06 was maybe for Australia, like, but it wasn't the best World Cup. I think.
Yeah, it was
I
a
reckon
safe-
06 were, a lot of players were just getting to their old like you
Yeah,
know,
It was like the last World Cup for a lot.
It was like
Yeah.
passing the old guard passing it on kind of thing.
Yeah.
2010 was like no man's land. Just like Ronaldo,
It was supposed to be Messi and Ronaldo, but
because
they
that shit
just
was
didn't
trash,
deliver.
man.
Yeah.
I remember the games. Like
So you know who 2010 the shining light for me? I used to wear Adidas my whole life. I was like wanting to be Zidane, and off 3 games of football, I changed my boots to Mercurial Vapors because of Mesut Ozil.
well, also, yeah, that was his World Cup.
Bro, he was so quick.
Yeah, that was
and
his
so
World Cup.
quiet. I changed my whole game to play like him, just to have a right-footed version.
I'm not the biggest Ozil guy. He's more.
No, I'm beyond like 2012. I wasn't when he was at Werder Bremen.
Yeah,
That's when I was also-
fire.
that was
Even
like-
Real Madrid was good. He was good.
Even at
Yeah,
the start of
bro.
Arsenal, but like the first 2 years, it was all right, bro.
Yeah, but it looked
okay.
like, man, because when Ozil used to run, he didn't really,
Yeah.
it didn't like strike me like he was a runner at Arsenal. He was a
Yeah.
bit like chilled and whatever. But let's talk about this World Cup because it's pretty contentious, man. Like,
Let's talk about this World Cup, man.
yeah,
I don't
like,
want to talk
Well,
about
we're talking about what we're doing in the World Cup, but
well, let's talk about Qatar.
let's talk about Qatar personally.
Yeah, like let's do personally. Yeah, it's an individual. It's a
Oh,
person.
I feel like about the actual nation.
Yeah. No, I was
Oh,
just like, what are your thoughts on it being held there?
I'm a bit. It's all, are we going to do human rights? Are we playing the human rights?
No, you play whatever you want.
Oh,
You're
I
the
don't give
truth.
a damn about all that shit, man. I'll be honest, man.
See, this is where I have to.
I'm more.
This is all
I don't know, you
nonsense.
can't be saying shit like
This
this.
is, that's all
But
nonsense.
people have been killed in those like building.
Most of this stuff, I start
No,
bleeping.
but like,
Hey,
if
just
we-
get ready to start bleeping. That's,
No, listen. No, I don't want to get too into it, but like, if we're gonna start playing, if we're going the money trail, we're going deep places everywhere, man.
Yeah,
If we're gonna
but,
start chasing the money, let's be honest.
yeah,
Like,
but I think this one the problem is obviously the human rights factor, and then the fact that they've been able to put in the middle of the football calendar.
yeah, but
like, I think
what about Russia, man? Like, what about like
Yeah, but if you look at the last 2 World Cups, they've obviously been done by underhand.
FIFA's a corrupt organization.
Most corrupt in the world.
FIFA is a different level.
Most
man.
corrupt in
like,
the world.
FIFA will give it to the highest bidder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that's like, I reckon they deserve. I reckon they deserve a chance, man, to host. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I think they should give it a chance.
I don't rate the way they did it, but I definitely think there should have been a World Cup in the Middle East.
Yeah,
at some
I
point.
think they did
But
that
where,
right
but where,
too.
where else would it be in Saudi Arabia?
No, Saudi Arabia right now you could have right now the way Saudi
No,
Arabia
but
is
come
going,
on,
you could have.
ain't nobody going to Saudi
That's the
Arabia.
thing. That's the thing.
So it had to be an Arab country. It had to be Qatar. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Emirates,
Like, what
whatever.
other Arab country fits the profile
What do you think of the like the block in competitions? Like
in terms of, as in,
because it's in the middle of the season for
Yeah.
most European
that-
leagues,
that's-
even in the A League, right?
That's like the whole winter thing. But like,
You can't play in the summer though. It's
can't play in the summer
impossible. It's
there, man.
impossible.
You can't play in the summer there, man. It's actually impossible.
Do you know, actually,
Yeah.
the last episode we had that came out, Marco Tilio, I asked him, because so he played, I can't remember who they played. I think they played Oman, but it was in the stadium in Qatar that they got the group games in.
Yeah.
And I was like, obviously, would have been like summertime maybe then.
Yeah.
And he was like, bro, it felt like we were sitting at home with the aircon on, like on the pitch, because the roof's over and the aircon was on. He goes, it felt like I was at home.
So like,
So it, like, because I was like, does it actually work? Like, how can you aircon a stadium
Yeah.
and affect the players? He goes, bro, it felt like I was at home on the couch.
so they could have done that. You're saying they could have.
No, that's what they've done. So it's actually worked because obviously the heat was the biggest
and
thing.
that's what I want to see. Like, I want to see because they got money to blow. So I want to see like even the stadiums. Apparently they're gonna pack them up and send them to
It's
Africa
crazy
after
the
they're
money
done.
that they have, man.
Apparently, like they're built in a way where they can like.
Yeah, it's
actually
going to be
like,
unpacked. It's
like,
crazy.
like portable kind of things.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Socceroos' chances in the group?
Oh man, I'll tell you what, man.
Remind us of the group again.
It's
So it's
Denmark.
France, Denmark, and Tunisia, I think.
Watching France and Denmark play the other day.
Well, this is what I said. I said, bro, like we've got France on paper is probably the best, but I
Yeah.
actually think France is going to bust
Same
at the
here.
World Cup. So much
Yeah.
shit's going on,
Yeah.
and France either are in the final or they
Yeah.
don't get out of the group.
Dude, I reckon we got a chance of making it out of the group, man.
Well, then Denmark just
That's
bopped
the problem.
France.
Denmark is the problem.
I think
reckon
Denmark's the
a good
hardest team.
I reckon Denmark's a good team, but I think Denmark's a good team. I reckon we done good against France in the last World Cup.
Yeah,
We
I
held
don't
them-
know
we
how
held them,
Pogba
yeah.
scored that chip over
Yeah,
Ryan
like
that
we
bounced
done
in
all right. Like we do good against those teams. It's we got to beat Tunisia.
Yeah, who did we
have
play
to-
first
But
game?
those guys turn up, bro, during World Cups, by the way. Tunisia and
Of course, 'cause they've been-
competition.
they've
They're
done
competitive
that.
every time.
I think I wouldn't want to play it. Like, you never want to play Australia in a World Cup
But
just because it's always
what's your opinion about the Australian team, man?
It's hard, bro, because I've got a lot of friends there. But
So you can't-
no. To be
So you're gonna tap dance all over this one,
to
aren't
be
you?
to be brutally honest, right? The
You're
challenge.
gonna fluff this one out.
No. To be brutally honest, right? What the problem that everyone has with the current Socceroos is that there's only a handful of players playing in the biggest leagues in Europe.
Yeah, but okay. Yeah.
But
I don't care about that part. That's fine.
but what I look at is like, how the fuck, if this team's so bad, how do they qualify for the World Cup? Like Peru, the team we beat, is like they were dominating South America.
Yes, but yeah.
So like, I think there's actually a legitimate chance that these guys can get results at the World Cup. I don't know if we're going to get out of the group,
yeah.
purely because I think the group, like naturally
Yeah.
the World Cup, it's fucking, mate, you never know.
Yeah,
It's
but
just on the day.
didn't we draw against China and we're playing Uzbekistan or Turkmenistan? Come on,
Yeah,
man.
I
We're
know,
not like-
but
we're
my
not-
thing is World Cups doesn't matter what you do. I'll
but
never bet on form going to the World Cup.
No, once we're in the World Cup, then anything.
It's all out the window, bro.
It's all out the window.
Yeah,
No,
that's
but
what I
I'm saying
think.
in terms of us qualifying to World Cup, like we had to play the one playoff game against Peru, and Peru's a good team. Man. Any team from South America is,
Oh, bro,
they're beasts, bro.
Yeah, I think it was a massive thing.
That-
I thought,
and that was a big
I thought
game.
that was my judgment card.
Yeah.
It's like if we can beat a South American team,
Yeah.
because I know we can beat most Asian teams on our day, like in the Asian
Of
Confederation.
course, but we should be able, man. Like, you know what I
It's
mean?
just it would be good to see some of them, like, and I think we've got good young players coming through, but you kind of need like players in the Prem in La Liga.
You do.
Like you need players in those competitions. Like when we had that 06 run, it was literally because the whole team was in Serie A.
heard,
Premier League,
Like 12 or something players were in the Premier League also.
Yeah, it was
From that team.
ridiculous.
Wait, in
bro.
2000 and what?
26.
Yeah, man, because that was an all-star team, bro.
Yeah, it was.
That whole team. Like,
It was
from Lucas
crazy.
Neal to Craig Moore to Cahill.
But I think that's
Brett
hard to
Emerton.
repeat, man.
No, but that was a generation. That was a golden generation.
Yeah,
you know
like,
what I mean?
it's very hard to
But that's
repeat that.
because the standard of football here was different at the time. So they all went to academies.
And
You
also,
know
there
more
was
than I
no
do.
A League like back
Yeah,
then.
there was NSL back then, bro.
one year, like
Yeah.
A League had been around, so it's
Yeah.
a bit different now. Like for instance, like Jamie McLaren probably could be in Europe, but
Yeah.
15 years or 20 years ago, he wouldn't have had the option to get a big money deal and come back and play in his home city.
Yeah, but
he would have had to play overseas. So
Yeah, okay.
it's changed a
Yeah.
little bit. But whether that helps the Socceroos or not, I don't know.
Yeah, but I want to ask something because you know a lot more than we do.
Definitely.
So the selection process? You said that. So the majority of the players, I know this is a bit general, but like, are they? What leagues are they, like? Are they recruiting from the A League? They're not.
There's going to be a handful of A League
A
talent
handful,
go.
like, but is that like what's the majority of it? Like,
It'll be majority European and Asian, Middle Eastern based players.
yeah, is that a good? Do you think do you think that's the way to go?
I think they have to. You can't take a whole squad from the A League.
No, not a whole squad.
They're handpicking the right players like Tilio, maybe Kuol, Cummings, obviously Jamie McLaren's like
Yeah.
scoring goals, Matthew Leckie. There's some older players that have come back.
I love Licky, man. He didn't turn out to be the player I thought he was going to be, but 2014 World Cup, I had high hopes for this guy, man.
He's a super.
Remember against Brazil that game?
I don't remember the game.
26
No, that was 2014.
2014 against Brazil. When he crossed the
play
ball.
Brazil?
We didn't play Brazil.
No, Brazil against Holland. Sorry,
Oh, Holland. Yeah.
against Holland. When he
Cahill
crossed the ball.
scored that goal.
Yeah, but they crossed it in that game. The way he played that game.
Yeah.
I just thought he'd be. You know what I mean?
He played 10 years in the Bundesliga though. It's
Yeah,
not
he
easy.
He had a good career. I watched
That's
him play.
hard to do, man.
Yeah.
How many of the Socceroos play in the Champions League, man? Like right now.
Right now,
Probably like two,
Celtic.
right? Moy?
So Aaron Moy.
Yeah.
Matty Ryan is because he went to Copenhagen.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. What about Rogic? What's his story, man?
Nikita Rukavica does, but I don't know if he's in the Socceroos. He's playing for Maccabi Haifa. Tommy Rogic
two or
just signed for West Brom.
Oh, so he's in the championship.
Yeah, which man, it's a good move.
Yeah,
He's
it's a
30
good
years
move.
old, bro. He'll dominate.
He's a good striker. I like him.
He's a great player.
Yeah, man, I
He's
like
one of the best players I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Do you know? Can I tell you an interesting stat?
Yeah,
Do you know who I got picked over to go to the Under-20 World Cup was? And I was 2 years younger. I got picked ahead of Tommy Rogic and Massimo Longo.
Gee.
In my position, they didn't take them two. Tom Rogic made like $40 million at Celtic, and Massimo Longo was like Asian Cup Player of the Year when we
I
won
thought
it in
that guy was gonna be a
2015.
star, bro.
And I'm sitting back on my
And here
couch
we are.
thinking,
Here we
like,
are. Yeah.
nah, we are talking
In a van.
smack with the truth, bro.
Talking shit about-
Yeah, I know. That's what I tell kids, brother. Don't give up on your dreams. But anyway, let's go back into this. So
Right, let's go.
I want. This is a bit of a fun one. So let's pick a top 4 and winner. Who do we think?
Top 4 in terms of. Sorry.
The World Cup.
Who's
Qatar.
going to win?
No, well, yeah. Give me your sort of top 4.
I reckon Portugal's going to win.
You reckon Portugal?
Yeah, man.
Big call.
I reckon they're the best team on paper, man.
Yeah, I think so
Their
too.
team is just stacked.
They never put it together. At
I
big
know, but
tournaments.
I know, but I think I don't know. I'm picking them.
I'd like to see them win it.
Yeah, I'm putting Brazil second.
Yeah.
Brazil's looking nice, man. Something.
Yeah.
I think they got that.
Yeah, I think Brazil's. Well, did they win the Copa America?
that was
Messi
Argentina.
won.
Argentina.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think-
Argentina haven't lost the game for like 20
I know,
games
but
or something.
everyone's a little bit high on them. I'm not as high on them as everyone else.
Okay.
I got them, and I got Holland third. I think they're a dark horse.
Yeah, it's a
That's
good
my
point.
dark horse to win the thing.
They do well at tournament. Van Gaal's their coach again. The
Yeah.
last tournament they did well was
Yeah,
Brazil.
like if it's a
Van
tournament,
Gaal's
yeah,
coach.
they'll do it. And fourth, I'm gonna go.
You reckon England? But you reckon they're going to choke?
That's
Yeah,
the most,
that team
that's the
at
most
the window,
overrated.
bro.
That's the most overrated team I've ever seen. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put Germany. I'm gonna put Germany in there.
Yeah, Germany's
Germany's always
They were
militant
so
soldiers.
trash in the last World Cup, bro.
Who, Germany? They were, but I watched them play against England yesterday, whatever it was. They look, their team looks all right, man. I got that much faith in Sane.
They
bro.
drew 3-3 with
I
England.
know. I reckon Sane is the truth.
The truth?
He is the original truth.
He has a lot of truth to throw.
No. Sane is the truth, bro. I reckon he's top 5 best player in the world, bro.
Who do you go for in the
do you go
Premier
for
League?
in the Premier
Just off topic.
Manchester United.
Okay. We'll get to that later.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get to that. We're going to. Oh, should we jump into it now?
No,
Do you want to answer the World Cup question,
Alright,
though?
He's top 4.
I think definitely.
He's Brazil. He's a Brazil fanboy.
So you got Portugal win?
I reckon Portugal's gonna win.
Yeah.
Wow. If
I
they
have to
win,
put
I'm
Brazil
clipping
first,
this.
Yeah.
No,
You better.
Brazil first, definitely. Brazil is its name.
You're gonna
has
pick
it.
Brazil every year, bro.
Brasileiro.
He's
Man,
obsessed
you have
with
to,
Brazil.
Brasileiro.
Come on,
He's
man.
obsessed with
Now
Brazil.
Brazil,
Yeah, I'm
France,
too.
Argentina, and maybe Netherlands. Yeah.
Netherlands isn't a bad shout. I can't see them winning it.
No, but they're my dark horse. They're gonna make noise.
They actually are. You're really right. I never thought about them.
Yeah,
That's
I
a really
reckon
good
I reckon
team.
they're a good. I reckon they're a good tournament team.
Yeah, good tournament team.
They're gonna be hard to knock out. Like their defense. If you look at
Brazil could be a good tournament team.
Brazil's just
stacked up front, bro.
Did you hear this thing about? This is why I think France falling apart. Did you hear about Mbappe not wanting to take team photos and shit?
Yeah,
No, bro.
Because of his rights and like sponsorship rights and all this.
That dude,
bro, that's
dude's
fucked.
tripping, man. But you know what? The way he plays, I saw the goals he scores, man. That guy's a freak.
Yeah, he's the best.
can do what he wants, huh?
He's unbelievable.
He can do what he wants.
It'd be hard to play with, I think, though.
Oh yeah, he's good. Now because he's got this like, he's the golden goose of France. And,
Yeah, if it doesn't go his way, it's like
Yeah,
you kind of got to overplay him the ball to keep him in.
yeah. Otherwise he'll check out. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of shit. As a team player, even if he's the best in the world,
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah.
how much are you going to wear of that? You know, unless I'm getting paid millions
Yeah.
and we're winning trophies, then maybe you would.
Do you
But
think he's gonna keep winning? I can see him never winning a trophy again.
He just needs the Champions League and he'll go down in history, bro. That's all.
There's a chance. You have a chance he might not win another trophy ever.
I reckon if PSG are going to win if PSG don't win the Champions League this year, I think they're fucked.
Yeah. Like not that Mickey Mouse
Because
League
you're not going to have a better front three. This is probably the last year Messi can actually make a difference at that level, I think.
Yeah, Messi's done, man.
Well, I think he still can make a big difference in a final and stuff, but I think like you're starting to see with Ronaldo, like
Yeah, Ronaldo-
it's all
watching-
moments now. It's not like you can't
Ronaldo's,
dominate
yeah.
games and shit. So
Ronaldo, it's time to stop.
it's
bro.
sad,
Ronaldo,
bro.
it's
It's
time.
sad because his guard's starting to change.
Yeah, Ronaldo. We just want him to go away, man. At this point, honestly, man.
Oh, well, let's jump into the Premier League, man, because we've already started there. But I want to start with Man City because they're obviously top of the Prem. They're flying. But I want to talk about Erling Haaland.
That guy's something.
Like, I want to get your opinions on City because so this is my view on City. And I actually watch a lot of Sky Sports and Jamie Carragher to me said it the best.
I love him.
Like, bro,
We love him.
you cannot get better in the Premier League, Man City. Like, their points, they can't get any higher really in points. They might have dropped like 2 or 3 games. So they didn't really sign Erling Haaland to win the Premier League. They signed him for the
All
Champions League.
League.
So that's all I'm looking at them this year. Like, will they win the Champions League? And
Champions League or bust.
yeah, and which is every year for Pep, but like, you can't get better in the Prem.
Yeah,
Nobody's
they've turned the Premier League into a Mickey Mouse League, man.
Yeah, I think
They have, man. They've turned the Premier League into like the Premier League used to be the most competitive. Like every year was like, who are you gonna pick?
Yeah.
You can literally pick them every year now, man.
Yeah.
Like literally.
I don't think it's not even a 2-horse race anymore
Nah,
to me.
man,
It's like one horse
race, man.
Yeah, it's one
And
horse.
their winner was like,
as well.
huh?
Liverpool fell off.
Liverpool's
as well.
tired. Liverpool, they look. We spoke about. They look exhausted.
Yeah.
They look tired. They look like a tired team.
They're fucked in the midfield, man, without
Yeah.
Thiago. Did you hear that Arthur Melo, they signed him and it's like they're almost trying to get rid of him now?
Who, Thiago?
No, they signed Arthur Melo from
Who's he?
Juventus.
Oh.
It's a Brazilian player. Man, he's played at Barca.
They just signed him right now. Like this
Yeah, he's
window.
probably sitting on the bench. They needed a midfielder. They brought him in on a
They
free.
should have splashed the money on Declan Rice, man.
Yeah, I know. But the Klopp's
Or
very
just
particular about his play. Yeah, Bellingham. Bellingham
Oh,
is the
my
best player.
God.
I think he's be the best player in the world one day.
You reckon?
I reckon he's
I
that good,
remember I was
bro.
saying that last. I was saying
This
that.
is a bit of a wild take. I'm not on that.
I
man.
love him.
I gotta
I
see
reckon
him
he's
do it
that
somewhere
good.
else.
Oh yeah,
first.
I love him, bro.
But you thought, was he 18?
Yeah, like something like that. Like he's just.
He was like 17, I think. Yeah.
No, I don't
17,
like,
18? No, he's not now.
No, not right now. I'm saying 17 at the time when he
Some
broke
players don't
through.
grow up at 17 forever, yeah? No,
He broke through, bro.
Mbappe's still 17, isn't he?
But he's still
Jeez.
19.
Oh, shit.
Nah, he was 17 when he broke through, bro.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
He's
he's
17
young,
playing
bro.
championship.
And his
signed-
younger brother right now as well was like,
Yeah, I
what is
know.
he, like 17.
He looks like a doppelganger of him too.
Yeah.
Do you know what's interesting for me is when I was just in England, the first game I went to was Brighton Man U, and Brighton beat Man U at Old Trafford.
They slapped him. Were you at that game?
Yeah, I was at the
Oh.
game, and I was like, bro, I was so impressed by Brighton. Right, I was like, fuck, this team's.
I love their
proper.
coach.
Well, the coach is now Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're under new ownership.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts around
Man United?
the Chelsea? No, not
Chelsea?
the Chelsea, yeah, because Graham Potter went to Chelsea,
Yeah.
and now they got that Todd Bowley, the US
the owner, yeah.
who's literally just signing players, whoever, like
He's just
whatever he wants. So that he's got this philosophy that Graham Potter, you coach a team, I'll do the rest. Like you're not involved in the player signing.
Is that where football's going, but like in terms of ownership situations, like, with US owners, or maybe I don't know. Or
I
just
don't.
ownership,
I think Man City's got the best model. So Man City have this football director. I forget what his name is. Cheeky something. He's Spanish, but he has the philosophy of the club and looks at players that are aligned to the philosophy. But Pep has Pep has to be involved in the conversation.
Yeah.
Because he's coaching the players at the end of the day, and they have to tick his box. But that's how they do it.
Yeah.
And then once Pep will say, like, I want Haaland, he's like, they need it, and then they go do it.
Do you reckon they got him for a discount?
Because I don't understand this move. I don't understand it at all.
Haaland?
No. The Graham Potter to Chelsea.
Because he's a good coach, man.
Yeah, but if I was him, I wouldn't have gone.
From his
You wouldn't have
perspective.
gone?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I know.
Have gone.
I know. It sounds crazy, right?
Yeah.
Because you know why? I was
Right,
like,
and it finished 12th every.
well, they were fourth, bro.
Like, dude, we know how this goes.
Yeah, but Chelsea he'll probably guaranteed to get sacked in the next 18 months.
but I'd rather get sacked from Chelsea and then
What?
What I would?
No, bro.
Come on,
he
bro.
was doing so well at Brighton. He was
Dude,
also in
he
contention
lost.
for the England job as
Dude,
well.
in
I
3
know
months,
he
was.
In 3 months, we know where Brighton's going to be, bro. It's somewhere between 12th and 15th.
Nah, bro, Brighton's good, bro.
I love them, man. But they lost their two. Like they sold their two. They're a selling club.
Hasn't it? It's
So he's not
almost
gonna-
a guarantee that this guy's going to get sacked.
Who?
Him. He's
Potter.
going to get sacked 100%.
Mind you, right?
I'd rather have a crack at Chelsea than sit Brighton and finish 15th.
Yeah, but so don't get me wrong. If I was Graham Potter, I would have gone to Chelsea too.
100%.
But
you reckon it's not a good career move? You reckon?
no, I think probably
make
like
sense.
career move. It's a goal in life you can't turn down. But I just would have loved him to stay at Brighton because I actually think Brighton had a better team and a better system than what Chelsea did at times.
could have probably got
like Chelsea to me is all over the shop.
Yeah,
like I love their team.
Yeah.
but like they're all over the place.
I don't think he's the man that's going to fix it. Like he's not. I don't think he'll.
He
fix
may
that.
do. He may be the best manager fucking ever. But like it's just a big risk with that club.
It's a bunch
You
of
know
just-
that club's
yeah,
history, and this new owner's like not changed from Abramovich. Like he got rid of Tuchel, bang like that, and there must be more to it because like Tuchel, you probably like he's won the Champions League, World Club Cup.
I think he's overrated, but that's a different topic.
Well, let's go on to let's go on to Arsenal because they're actually fucking impressive, and
No,
I
they're
hate
not.
to say it. You don't think so?
Absolutely not.
Their own form hasn't it?
They're impressive until listen, man. They're giving this on form. The test was United, right?
Yeah, they got butchered.
And they got butchered, and that's it. They
But they played well.
They've
They
won the
played well.
games.
They
They've won
played
the
very
games
well.
that they're supposed to win. Yeah, they have, and they usually, but they've won the games they're supposed to win. And the one test they had, they didn't play that bad, but they lost. So that's it. So they're not looking
It's not a
great.
bad point.
Huh?
It's not a bad
So
point
they're not
at
looking
all.
that great. That's how I see it.
That's what everybody brings up, though.
Where do you think they'll finish in the Premier League?
Fourth.
Top four is good for them.
Fourth is good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Fourth,
If they make Champions League,
I think they'll make Champions
bro,
League.
that's really hard to do.
I reckon Tottenham's winning the league.
I'd see Tottenham coming second and third.
I reckon Tottenham's playing horrendous football. They're terrible, and they're still winning games.
You think Tottenham will beat Man City in the
Yeah.
Premier League?
Yes, I do. Tottenham have a good-
Manchester City is unbeatable.
Tottenham has a good record against Man City. Tottenham's not like Arsenal. They lose against the Watfords and the
Yeah,
Brightons.
Arsenal win the odd trophy. Tottenham never win anything.
No. But I'm talking about as in they win. They struggle against. That's
Got you back. 1-0.
But Tottenham is good, man. I can. They.
I love Tottenham. I think I
You do?
want them.
You're a United supporter, but you love Tottenham. You like.
Nah, because I look at football more deeper. Like,
Yeah, I know.
and I
I'm
live
like
in
that
Melbourne,
too.
bro.
I'm
So
like
like,
that
I'm not
too.
going to go around stabbing people if they go for Arsenal and shit. Like, like I live here, but no, because I love the fact that they've retained Kane and Son, and then they've literally just amped up the squad.
Is Kane a bit past his prime?
Oh, he's
over.
It looks like he's.
He's lost something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's like pace or something. I don't know.
Something's
But I don't know, man. We'll see. You never know. It could be early in the season. New Conte, new team. I don't know, bro.
No, I think Arsenal, like, Arteta's found something in this Arsenal team.
overrated coach.
He has.
Another one.
Do you know who I think is going to be one of the best defenders in the world? Is that Saliba? The French.
He said
He's a little bit.
pretty good, bro.
He's good, but he's a little bit.
Shaky?
Yeah.
but he's 21.
Yeah. Okay.
True.
Yeah,
like
he's very good.
21.
But he ticks like his ability looks like he looks.
I think it was the Brentford or which manager it was, but he literally came in as German or French guy. He's like, "Whoa, that's Saliba."
Yeah.
He's like at the end of the game, it's
He's
like, man,
good. But when watching him with France, I was like, oh, you looked at him. You looked. Because me, I judge when you're that kind of player. I like to see you play with players and see if you fit in, or you're just another guy. Like some players don't like João Felix, for example. Like when in Portugal team, he stands out even in a great team. You know what I mean?
That's by the way. He thinks João Felix is the best player in the world.
Best player in the world.
And Ousmane Dembele is the best player of all time.
No, I didn't say that.
I'm a bigger fan of Dembele than I am Felix. Because Felix,
Only your truth right now.
Felix can go missing in games. Dembele can too, but Dembele has like probably the most ability in like
I've ever seen
like,
player,
left foot, right foot. He can do everything.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's a burden to players.
Is it?
Yeah, because you think it's too easy.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes
It's a gift and the curse,
like
yeah?
if his ability, he should be getting so many high numbers.
Yeah.
You can't defend him 1-on-1. If he really wants to, you can't stop him.
Yeah, that's true.
But sticking on topic, Manchester City. I don't think this Premier League is going anywhere but Manchester City.
Yeah, that's a bold call, Tottenham. I like the fact that we think Tottenham can win the league because I think it's healthy.
I can't
But
see Tottenham.
realistically,
I can't see Tottenham losing. That's how I see it. Right? It's Man City.
You
Man
can't
City,
see them losing to City.
No, I actually can't. I can see City drawing a few games. City against Aston Villa got a lucky break against Aston Villa game.
Yeah.
Like they did. Like they got away if you think about it. That should have been a goal.
But that's the thing. But good teams win when they play shit.
Yeah, and of course. But I'm saying Tottenham's playing shocking. Like Tottenham playing. Tottenham. Have you watched their games, bro? They played
You said they were going to win the league.
Yeah, but they're playing horrendous. And they're still
Yeah,
winning.
well, yeah, that's a good sign.
And that's something Tottenham never had.
That's a Conte thing. That's not a Tottenham thing.
No, it's
Yeah.
but Tottenham don't have that, bro. Tottenham, even when they play good football, they still can't get the points. They
Yeah, it's a
can't.
Conte
They can
thing.
never.
It's a Conte thing. And he's going to run out of steam after a bit.
Well, I think Conte's
He
like
just bitches too much, but I like
I
him.
think he could go if they don't win it.
He just bitches
He
too
needs
much,
to spend
man.
150 million a year and win titles to stay at a place.
Yeah, of course. But
Which is fucking unrealistic if you're not winning all the time, you know?
yeah, like I don't know what these coaches want. These coaches, they keep crying poor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give him Guardiola. I mean, give me 200 million so I can show that I'm a good coach. If you give anyone 200 million, they'll be a good coach.
Oh, speaking of a club that spent a lot of fucking money, is my club, Manchester United.
I reckon they're going to finish all right, man. I reckon they're going to do all right.
Yeah, I think so.
They'll be
too.
champions. I reckon they'll be Champions League,
It's
man.
still this shaky, nervous vibe though around them every time. Like I don't know if they've got the most pressure around them or the most eyes on them, but every time they play, you're like, even though they've been winning these ugly games 1-0 and stuff, they've brought in some good players. Still watch them like fucking nervous. I don't know which team's going to turn up.
Yeah, that's true. Remember we're talking about the test, the Arsenal and Man United with the game. That was a test for both teams.
Yeah.
But Arsenal played the better team. They were better, bro, on the day.
I think Arteta fucked that game up tactically.
Yeah,
I think it was he lost the
threw
game.
the kitchen sink too early.
Yeah,
didn't
he threw 3 subs on when they could have just kept the
Yeah, I
team
know.
and they was still there. And then once he did that, it changed.
Bruno Fernandes, that through ball, man.
Yeah.
Arsenal don't have that kind of player. Odegaard will be that.
Do you want me to tell you something that will ruin you watching Bruno Fernandes play? Because as a footballer, I appreciate what he does because I understand it.
Yeah.
But if you don't really understand football, bro, watch how many balls he loses. Purely because he's so good in his
He's
position
always
as a
trying to look for
life.
that. He's trying to look for that.
You have to take risks.
Yeah.
So in football, 1 in 10 will come off, but it'll be a goal.
Yeah.
But if you watch him, he turns the ball over so much. So as a player that plays with him, you'd be like, fucking hell, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just keep the ball, like, stop running or something.
Yeah.
But he can't do it. But then he does that pass against Arsenal.
always looking for
It's
that.
one of the hardest passes in the game outside the foot between 3 players.
Jeez.
That's the thing. It's only annoying when you don't have the ability. But if you do have the ability,
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
But I like because I'm a fan, so I like players that go for it, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
The game's yet to be won.
Then you will appreciate him.
Yeah,
But he does someone like Pep or someone would have to change his game because he turns the ball over too much.
Yeah.
I want to get your take on Anthony, bro. These guys have been roasting him non-stop on the show.
I don't know. I haven't. So when I watched him with Ajax, I thought he was incredible.
Oh yeah, of course he did.
Then-
against
Mickey Mouse League. Son of a-
Well, no, even in the Champions League, I thought he was good. I just think, I think we panicked and overpaid.
overpaid and a half, man.
But that's what you always.
But
do,
anyone
though.
that's like 21 and Brazilian, that's good on a wing. I think there's so much potential there, and I think with Ten Hag it could work. But
He's a 21-year-old that's reached his peak already.
you reckon?
Yeah, 100%.
No one.
I think it's too early to judge, bro.
I reckon
You
it's
can't.
really-
Yeah, I think too early to
We've seen
judge.
the best of him already in his first game. We got the best out of him. That's it.
Yeah, but I
There
think
goes your 70
but I think
there
also
goes your 70 million.
I think adjusting to, and this is Gary Neville said this, like adjusting from Holland to the Premier League, it doesn't always work.
Yeah,
like
'cause
a
that
lot,
was-
bro,
yeah.
even Yapstam didn't adjust to the Premier League. He was
guy's
like the
a
greatest
beast.
defender of
That guy's
like
one
the
of
last
the
20
best players I've saw.
Thierry Henry took like 14 games.
Bergkamp and Van Nistelrooy probably 2 that really did. Like others
Van
come and
Nistelrooy came
go.
in firing, man.
You know who I think the best signing is out of the window is Malacia.
Who?
The left back.
The Maleficent guy, bro.
Oh,
Bro, he's fucking amazing, bro. He's 19, 20. He'll be playing at the World Cup.
What about Damari Gray? You ready?
Demarai Gray?
Yeah.
that's off topic, but yeah, fucking
Yeah.
know that. You know what? I like it.
He had to bring in some
He's just
Everton
like,
players.
are you an Everton?
Yeah, I'm an Everton
You're an
supporter, bro.
Evertonian.
Of course.
That's random, bro. Why?
Of course. Just, I don't know. When I was a kid.
Tell him the truth.
No, well, I was a kid.
Tell me the truth.
No, when I was a kid.
Arsenal lost in the 2006 final. He changed from Arsenal to Everton.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Bro, that says a lot about your personality.
No, I just had enough.
Yeah.
I just had enough, bro. I had enough.
I don't know, man. I like Gordon and Demarai Gray, but I
love
think
Gordon.
you can't rely on them to be top 10 in the Prem.
So why aren't you playing the 21? They're 21. They're only 21. So you gotta say, we're not.
Mario Gray is 26.
Yeah, we want 21.
Yeah, he's good, but like, I don't know, man. He doesn't. Do you know what I find weird about Everton?
Who do you rate more, him or Saka?
Come on. Don't start this one.
Oh, Saka every day.
Thank God, bro. Anyone who watches football would know that.
I mean, when Demario Gray
You think
gets an
Saka
England
is a
cap,
championship player, bro?
Oh, don't give me that England cap nonsense. I can Saka's good, as your brother says, he's a good left back or right back.
Don't track back right now.
He's a horrendous player.
He's a championship
oh
player.
my God.
He's a horrible player.
That's I can't. That's unbelievable. He's a sensational player, bro. He's a sensational player. I think he's a superstar. Bro, he literally changed the game against Germany and England.
Did you see at the end that last catch he had?
I love how he's watched it all.
Did you see that? Why did he drag it wide? When he just kept running straight.
Yeah, I know. But he's still young too, man. He's 21.
He's zero. He just runs fast. He's an athlete.
He's 21. Well, let's go to Liverpool here because
Yeah.
I think Liverpool's
That team is done, bro.
the Nunez signing. You know what's the biggest tell to me was Mitrovic like doing Van Dijk
I love that
twice,
guy, but
2 or 3 times game one. I'm like, that's never happened.
Yeah, but that guy's a freak.
Yeah, he's amazing, but that's never happened to Van
I
Dijk.
know.
Freak or not, no one beats
Yeah.
him.
Van
I was
Dijk,
like,
yeah.
oh, he's the biggest.
He wasn't ready for it.
That team, that team's done, man. That team is
Do you
exhausted.
reckon Nunez is going to be a flop, or do you reckon he's going to be?
He's looking like a flop, definitely. Say it as it is, man. He's looking like a flop.
So far, like it's heading that way. Even though it's so early, man. You know?
I think he has everything to be good though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's-
And he's aggressive. That's
So like I kind of believe in his potential, but
Yeah.
it's like when you're at Liverpool, you kind of need to do it straight away.
yeah, and because like he's got the ability. His ability's not all that, but I love his passion the way he plays, man.
Yeah, I liked when he headbutted the guy.
Yes,
Personally,
Yeah,
like,
same
good.
here. The guy was doing his head in.
Yeah, because next time the
Yeah.
defender's going to, like, even though people say, oh, yeah, now they're going to come at you more.
No, they're not.
They're going to come at you
No, they're
more
not
and be
mess with
fucking
you.
scared of, like,
Yeah,
you
like
can turn
Diego
around and
Costa did
headbutt
that.
him.
Yeah.
So, like, not really, bro.
Yeah, but I think
I was a big fan of him before, but after seeing him just
don't play that. I was a big fan of him. You watched him play for
And
2
that's
games in
it.
the Champions League, bro.
Exactly.
So don't
Like
like
2 or
2
3
3 Don't do that.
From
These
the
guys-
last 2 or 3
even
and no
acting,
one
they're
watched
like-
Anthony. No one watched all these guys. No one watched 2 or 3 games, and that's
any
it.
of them.
Oh,
That's
You know what I
it.
mean?
That's all you need.
oh, I love
Well,
this.
that's it,
man.
I love
I
this.
hate that, man. People like Anthony, yeah, well, so far from what we've seen, I'm like, what have you seen?
Yeah, you've seen
No one's watching
clips,
Dutch-
you've seen highlights, you've seen him play 2
Well,
games.
Anthony,
That's
I
it.
don't
That's
know. I
all
think
you
it's too
need.
early to judge Anthony.
Nah,
That's
we've
my
done.
view.
We've judged him on the GalacticOz podcast. We've written him off.
Him by everyone.
No, we all have.
I haven't written
Well,
it
we
off.
all-
I haven't. I didn't say
We
nothing.
put him in the trash in the last episode.
Put him in the trash. Yeah, but what if he scores 3 next week? Is he out of the trash?
He scored in his first game and we still put him in the trash.
Like, from that game, he didn't play the great game though. He just scored a goal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But first game debut score. Yeah,
I just like that he's unpredictable.
Because you can't judge
he
players
gets the
that quick.
ball and he doesn't know what he's doing and he's just like, all right.
Yeah, he needs coaching. He
Yeah,
needs time in that
yeah,
team.
he's just-
But that team's still unstable, bro. Like they
Yeah.
still don't know who's.
And that's little.
Like
that
Casemiro, is he going to start? He's still not starting. Then
I don't know what that's.
you know
all
the most important player there is Varane for sure.
I love
When he plays, they do well.
He's collecting checks, bro.
Yeah, he's collecting checks.
That's all he's there to do.
Casemiro's collecting checks.
Casemiro's, but I don't know if his time. I'm gonna give him a bit more time because he's playing the ladies' league most of the whole time.
Casemiro will be good. Bro.
So, huh?
He'll be good. He's 30 years old. That's a
but
great age
he's
for a
won
midfielder.
I would never sign a player that's won 5 Champions Leagues, bro.
Why not?
Because what motivates this guy? He's got 5 Champions
He's
Leagues.
never done anything in the Premier League
Yeah,
ever.
but that's not that's a throw off. I don't believe it, man. He's won the Champions League 5 times. Anyways, yeah.
Well, I want to, before we go into the Champions League, I just want to talk to the high quality nature of managers in the Premier League. For you as individuals, as like fans of football, if you're a player, who would be the one manager you'd want to play for in the Prem?
Good question, bro.
Oof. Definitely not Pep.
Pep,
That guy will do your head in, bro.
we have a theory about Pep. Can we talk about it here?
No, please don't.
What's
It's too early for it. It's too early
What's
for
your
it.
theory?
You wouldn't play for Pep according to your theory.
No, we definitely would not also play for Pep. We reckon he's racist.
No, we don't.
Yeah, that's a genuine.
We honestly think he's racist.
All the black players are gone from his team.
And if you're African player, if you're not centre back, out the door.
The centre back. Yeah, the thing with Yaya Toure was like one of the
Yeah,
most.
dude,
Because I think
America's
Yaya
racist.
Toure said that.
Yeah, man, America's racist. We do.
Oh, I find that hard to believe, bro. We
don't wanna believe it.
Yeah, I don't want to believe it.
You don't wanna believe
Yeah,
it.
that's why I don't believe it.
Dude,
But
don't
yeah,
be
there-
too wild, bro.
There ain't no,
That's why you might have- that's why you
brothers
got-
playing in the City team at the moment.
None. Had Sterling and just from the old regime.
Yeah,
and
but
he
he still got shafted.
No, he got shafted. That's what I'm saying. And you watch that team.
I don't think so. It's just, fuck, surely not. He played with like Mario and shit, man.
Who? Romario?
Yeah,
But of course he did. But he was a nobody on that team, man.
he was their captain.
Yeah, but I remember those days. But he was a nobody. Like he was like that was Rivaldo and
Yeah, Rivaldo and Romario.
Luis Enrique.
Yeah. That was the unbelievable team.
Yeah, that was a good team. That was actually an underrated team.
Because you would play for a player for a coach that doesn't speak English. That's the one that I want to play with.
Why?
Because I don't want him to be in my head the whole time, man.
What do you mean?
Like Arteta, Pep Guardiola, Klopp, they're always on your head.
I
man.
love Klopp would definitely be up there, man.
No, Klopp's
man, not for
Klopp
me.
would be mine.
Yeah, Klopp would be yours.
I'd
Yeah.
run through a wall for him.
Klopp, he looks like he loves his place and he holds.
Yeah, but I reckon Klopp's like the scary manager because
Yeah,
he's
that's a
so
bit much,
nice
bro.
that when he flips, you're
Yeah.
like, fuck, this guy's got a
Yeah.
different side.
Tuchel would be annoying as hell.
Tuchel, yeah, I don't know.
He'd be annoying as hell.
Yeah, he falls in that Pep Guardiola category
Pep is
as well.
Pep's just Pep's he's a mess on the sidelines, man.
You reckon?
He's a mess.
I think he's just so passionate, bro.
Oh, he is, but like he's not. He wants to win. He wants to look like the smartest guy in the room. He wants to win his way. He thinks it's all about him.
Yeah, but he's what? Yeah, but he fucking
I think
wins.
in the Premier League, best player. Did you say coach to play for in the Premier League? Only in the Premier League? Or
Yeah, only Prem. Yeah,
Only
because
Premier
that's what I think the best managers in the world
also
are.
Frank Lampard. No, Frank Lampard. I was going to say. I hate
He'd
him,
be
man.
good. I'd like
He's
to play for
horrendous.
Stevie G, but
He's a horrendous manager.
I think Jurgen Klopp. I'd play for.
I'd say Jurgen Klopp. I love that Thomas Frank guy, man. I'm high on him. I'm high on him.
I think that's the one that I was talking about that was raving about Saliba. Where does he coach again?
Brentford.
Brentford, yeah, the Brentford manager.
I'm higher on him than a lot of people, man.
Yeah, he's a good manager, man.
Yeah.
They do well. Even Tony's, even call up and stuff.
He's warming up the bench. What the
Yeah.
hell was that about?
I don't know. That's a tough.
What was that about, man?
I don't know.
Why would you call up a player for his, and then they didn't even stood up?
They should have played. I would have played him in a game like
ridiculous,
that.
man.
It would have been a good time to debut him. Because if you want him to go to the World Cup, you got to play him now.
Yeah, I can't
To
wait.
see
I
if
can't
he
wait for
can-
this World Cup for England to get knocked down in the second round,
Oh,
and then Southgate out because that's what's gonna happen.
Well, yeah, they're playing bad at the moment.
I don't like it. Do you like Southgate?
Nah, not really. Only because it doesn't matter what you do on the Prem. He's got his like set
Luke
ways.
Shaw played. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
like Maguire and Shaw probably shouldn't be in the England team. If you base it off form,
I'm
which
not
it should,
as- I'm
that's
not
what I
as
think
down- I'm not as
international
down
should
as
be.
Maguire as everyone else is.
I'm not as down on him either,
Yeah, no,
but he
you're
hasn't
not?
played.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're playing for and so that's the thing. He's
Yeah.
not going to change too many things,
Yeah.
and he's got his guns for like Alexander Arnold for some reason. Doesn't rate him. So and I don't know, bro. I think at a World Cup
Nah, you
when
gotta
the team's
take
in-
a player like him, man.
yeah, you've got to
have
take
yeah.
him.
Even if you're not going to
break
start him, you got to take him. If you need like a 90th minute win or like a
Who is that? Arnold?
You gotta have him,
He's
bro.
one of the most unique players.
He'll win you a game,
Ever
man.
played the game, man?
Yeah, he's changed right back.
Yeah, man. He's one of
So
the
not
most.
defender, not to defend, just
yeah.
to go forward.
Yeah.
He's got the best right foot I've almost ever seen.
Obviously, that's what we said.
Yeah.
So, he's
It's
got
like a wand.
Yeah, it's
It's a wand. Yeah, that's what we call it. Brother. You like that? Let's go into the Champions League now because this is arguably the biggest. Do you actually just quickly Champions League or World Cup? Which one's bigger? Like if you were a player to win, World Cup.
World Cup any day,
Always
bro.
World Cup.
Yeah, World
man.
Cup,
World
me
Cup,
too.
World Cup is where you make your name is stamped. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
where
yeah.
that's
Legend.
where that's when you're a legend.
Yeah, yeah.
The World Cup's where you're a legend. Even though the Champions League has sort of taken the shine from the World Cup a bit.
Yeah. The only thing with the Champions League though is like it's higher quality in some regards.
Yeah, it is. It is
Because
yeah.
you can get who you want into your own teams and mix the nations.
Yeah, but
with the World Cup, it's
yeah.
you're reliant on like
which makes
maybe
us-
one team having
which
a
is why
super
legends
team
are
and
made because individuals carry teams, man. The World Cup.
probably more of a team,
More of a team
you need-
dynamic.
Yeah, that camaraderie.
Yeah,
and
but the
stuff.
Champions League group stage is pretty trash too, man.
Yeah,
We're
what do,
talking about-
do you think the Champions League overrated at all?
That's what we talk about. This, I reckon it is.
Yeah?
I think it is. Well,
But,
who did they play?
what are you overrating it against?
Who did Barcelona play? Victoria
Against
Market?
the Champions League. Against the what's it called? EPL, right? That's what you're doing.
Victoria Pleasant or something?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 5. Yeah, but those you have to give some leagues hope. It's a European Championship.
He's comparing it to the EPL. That's why.
yeah, you.
No, because only I listen.
You would
to
rather have EPL week in, week out.
I listen to Talkback Radio in England, and all the English supporters, the Man City supporters, they're always calling. They're like, "Oh, we'd rather win the Premier League than the Champions League." And I thought that's a cop out because they keep losing the Champions League. But it's actually, I get it. It's actually a hard league to win.
Yeah, it is. No, it 100% is.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
38
it's
games
actually
home and
harder to
away.
win.
Yeah, I 100%
You know what I mean?
agree with that. The only thing with the Champions League is the best thing is like when you get to that round of 16
It's
quarterfinal,
the moments,
Bayern Munich versus Man City, home and away legs. It's
like
like
Chelsea
oh my
versus
God.
yeah.
That's for me. You can't beat that.
Yeah, that moment at 4:30 a.m. waking up.
So group stage is a bit hit and miss, unless
The
it's
group stage is
but
trash.
It's when it gets out of the group. That's when
Yeah.
I'm like, it's unbelievable to watch.
The last 16. I mean, the last 8 is just ridiculous in the Champions League.
Who do you, like? Let's go straight into it. Who do you think will win? Pick a team.
I don't know. I actually don't.
This is the World Cup.
No, we're going Champions League. now. Champions League.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep picking PSG until they do.
Yeah.
I just love the way Mbappe looks, man. And this guy reckons Neymar's back. What do you reckon?
He's back. Bro.
Yeah, I
reckon
think
he's
so.
back?
Yeah, I think he's back. Yeah, he's amazing. Do you know what? I think he's for me one of the most admirable players I ever watch because no one can do what he
He
does.
reckons he's the most skillful player of all time.
He is the most skillful player
Yeah,
of all
I
time.
wouldn't. It's not, I wouldn't too far.
I'll put him higher than Ronaldinho.
Yeah,
That's
I think what Neymar does is harder than Ronaldinho.
Yeah,
Ronaldinho brought generations of people to football, man.
he did.
Yeah, but
because he was the first one to do it.
Ronaldinho was more for me in football, but
Yeah.
I think like Neymar ability, man. Some of the stuff he does
He's a freak.
in front of in the stadiums, in the environments he
Yeah.
does against the players he does is like fucked.
And Ronaldinho made a lot of mistakes, man. Go watch the tapes, bro. Ronaldinho made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, but
Yeah, he
great
took
players-
a lot of risks though. Like back to that
But
Fernandes.
Neymar-
Makes less mistakes and still takes those risks.
Yeah, but Neymar looks like a nightmare. Neymar, man, with big games, he goes missing. He like his attitude. You can push him out of the game. He's got. Yeah, but I'm picking PSG, man. I'm still picking
PSG?
I'm still picking PSG, man.
I'm gonna go. I think
Who you going?
Don't say Real Madrid, man.
nah.
We had enough of that.
No. I actually think it could be Barca or
That team is horrible. Come
a
on,
Barca
man.
fan.
I know, bro.
But I don't think that's happening.
But I think
man,
I think Man City. Like if I was to put money in where my mouth is, I think Man City.
Because Haaland's a missing piece.
Well, yeah, unless they have injuries, like they're pretty hard to break down. And Haaland's now that effect, like that kind of player where he doesn't play well, but he can still score goals.
Haaland, but has Haaland scored a goal that's impressed you yet?
Yes.
I don't know. For me, it's all.
The one where he was hanging in midair.
That was I like the goal, but I like the ball more.
No, I even think the one like against Villa where he's like the runs.
That
like,
was a good goal.
It's not about
That's
the
good-
finish with Haaland. It's all for me that his goals that I look at is just the movement.
Yeah, okay. He's
If you watch his
because
movement,
you're a football player, so you look for different things than we
yeah,
look
but
for.
it's like Cavani. Cavani doesn't score amazing
Yeah, he
goals,
doesn't.
but you watch his movement and
Yeah.
you're like, oh fuck, like it's not luck. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's not.
That's what I see. Like
Yeah.
I don't look at the, whatever,
Yeah.
you
See, that's what I look for.
Like for me as a striker, if I'm a striker, I just want to score in the 6-yard box.
Yeah.
If I'm scoring outside of that all the time, I have a problem. And Haaland scores all the time in 6-yard box. That's I think it's the hardest thing to do.
Jeez, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I never thought about that like that.
Please do. Next time, please do before you say something wrong like that.
Yeah, because it's the easiest way to score goals is closest to the goal.
Yeah, naturally.
But it's the hardest thing too.
Because hardest to get to.
Because fuck keeper, everything, and that's why I think there's more talent, more brains. Yeah,
Yeah, he fits right into that system, man. Like he's perfect for.
He's
for
just plug and play, but anyway, but he's a beast, man.
yeah.
He's like what? He's 6'4", 5. He can just sprint like he's like a sprint, like a 100-meter sprinter, man.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? He's a freak, man.
Yeah,
Anyway, well, let's go. Hey, what are you guys going to do? Any content around the World Cup? What are you guys? Have you got any plans around that?
yeah, that's the idea. Right now,
Are you going to do podcasts or stream or what are you guys thinking?
streaming. We're not there yet, but
But like, is that like live kind
Bro,
of thing?
do you know if you guys
we cannot be doing this,
bro, if you guys, yeah, you might get banned because who knows what you'll say, but you guys would be unbelievable on stream if you
You
watch live
reckon?
game. Bro. Yeah,
it'll be sick,
100%, bro. That would fly.
All right.
I highly suggest that. Maybe we do a collab over the World Cup, see if we don't get banned, we can
Definitely,
try
bro.
it. But Matt, I just want to thank you guys for coming on the
Hey,
show,
dude,
man.
this is awesome, bro.
Yeah, did you
And-
enjoy it?
and, I don't know the people with the cameras. I can't see what the setup is.
Yeah, it's
The cameras
amazing.
are- your
Yeah,
cameras
shout
are-
out
The cameras
Brayden.
there. Hey, shout out,
Brayden.
shout out, Brayden, man.
Yeah.
No, but
The truth smoking, brother.
That's it, man. That's it, man. This is how fucking Mickey set up, man.
Thank you guys for coming on, man. Good luck
Nah.
with your podcast, Galactic
Thank you,
Oz,
bro.
number 1 in the country. Let's keep it running.
My
Football
man.
podcast. Thank
Thanks,
you
man.
guys for tuning in. We'll see you again next week.
Thanks for having us, bro.
Awesome,
Cheers,
bro.
man.